an update to what I stated earlier, the video I posted about the demonetization message from YouTube. Oh my gosh, stay up there, don't drop down again. Anyways, she's stepping over all her obstacles with her kings and queens. She's short and spicy, short and spicy. It's the love of God she's holding her own. Welcome back, ShortnSpicy Nikks. This is your girl Nikki speaking. How you guys doing? Guys, to be honest with you, I've been less motivated for a bit. I'm still motivated. I still have the drive. I'm never giving up on what I'm doing, because I didn't want to close the car, because then I'm gonna have to turn on the AC and I don't want the sound. Let me see. Like I was saying, I didn't want to really get into it, because when I'm faced with obstacles, I face it. I live in the moment. If I'm sad, I'm sad, and I've learned to let it out. You know, I battle with a mental illness, anxiety and depression, and it's from years of keeping in my emotions and the things that I've been going through and not releasing it. So I've learned to just let it out. But I've been trying to just keep a brave face up and just do what I'm doing regardless of the obstacles that I'm facing, because I know I'm blessed and I'm highly favored, and so are my children. And even though we're going through it right now, you guys should know my story. I've shared it many times. It hasn't changed. It's a little more tolerable now, but it hasn't changed. And where one side is peace, there is still turmoil in the spiritual realms, right? Because I'm a single mother and I'm responsible for my children. And that's how it's been from the time they were born. When I mean responsible, I don't mean like a few days here, or someone calling in and checking up on their children and saying that's being another parent. Not to mention when the other person, the father, is out, it's like excuse after excuse after excuses. They'll help once in a blue moon, once for the year, and then sit down and talk about it for 5 years more, and then they get incarcerated and in jail. I'm in jail, I'm in jail, I'm in jail. And when they're out, WHORING down the place. It's one excuse or the other. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always battling, taking care of my children by myself, and having a wicked person as a grandmother pretending to be helping to tear me down. I'm talking about 24/7, 24 hours a day, 26, 27 hours, 11 days, non-stop, basically. I have to provide for them to eat. My son, my eldest son, is also battling with a mental illness, and you know, I accommodate him or help him to his appointments to get his medication. He's much better than before. He helps me out. Majority. He's the man of the house, like I've said time and time again. My son battles with psoriasis of the skin, so he gets a lot of flakes and stuff in his hair. He has patches on his skin, his back, his stomach. It's definitely affected his self-esteem. You know, that's why I make the coconut oil to help him with the maintenance. Having to go to the dermatologist. My daughter, she's working. She's trying to get her driver's license. Things like that I try to keep to myself, and it's just me and my children. My second born is not home. He's at the grandmother that caused me all of the pain that I'm going through, you know, that has planted the things in her son's ears, in his mind. My children's father, You know, he's out living with his girlfriend, you know, accommodating their life and paying bills or doing whatever he has to do there. So I don't get any support, you know, and this is something I have to live with daily. I try not to come on here and speak about, you know, the details of things. I just give a quick synopsis of, on the surface, this is what I'm going through. But everything, guys, when it comes to my children, my 10-year-old is experiencing bullying at school. He's been experiencing it for the past 2 years. It was 2 children at once, a black child and then a white child, both of them. And now the black child is no longer in his class. It's only the white child. And I complained to the teacher, the school. He comes home, he complains to me, and, you know, he's trying to be brave, and, you know, I'm trying to communicate with the school. And a few weeks ago, I decided I'm going to speak to this child when I see him, because I've had to do that to the black child last year, and I recorded it. It's on my channel. And this time I said, I'm gonna ask this child. I'm going directly to the school. I'm not gonna be threatening or anything like that. And I was at the school, the door entrance for when they come in and out, and one of his classmates, my son's classmate, a girl, saw that I was out there, and she's like, oh, Rael, she went back inside and said, Rael, your mom is here. And at the same time, that child was coming out, and I heard somebody call his name that was already outside of the school on the playground. So I said, oh, that's him. So I called him, and he turned back, because when he was, you know, when someone knows that they're in trouble, that they're doing something they don't want to be caught doing. And I know kids, how they are. And especially if they're bullies, they'll do it. But when they see an authoritative figure, they'll act like they're all scared and they have no words, they can't speak. And I'm Rael's parent, the parent of the child that he's been bullying. So he knows what he's been doing. So when the girl went in and said that, he was coming out, he held his head straight. He wouldn't even look in my direction, and he's seen me multiple times coming to the school for my son. And he had his hat on, I believe, I don't remember, and he just kept his head straight. And I said, so-and-so, let's call him XYZ. I said, XYZ, come here. Are you okay with Rael? And Rael came out the school at the same time. I go, how is it with you and Rael? Are you guys good? He's like, yeah. I'm like, you guys friends? He's like, yeah. I'm like, you like Rael? He's like, yeah. Mind you, Rael has complained to me multiple times. This child has come behind him, punched him in his back. And I asked Rael, why don't you, fight back? Mom, if I do, then I'm going to get in trouble. Because this is how the school system has it, right? They're supposed to come and complain to them that it's going to confine your child and separate your child from, interacting with this child, instead of reprimanding the bully, giving him suspension or whatever it is, right? And then your child becomes repetitive and annoying because he keeps complaining. And it's hard, basically. And when that child said to me, yes, everything is okay, I said, just check it, make sure that's what's going on. And his mother had her car, because she came to pick him up. And when he went, the whole time, this is him looking behind him when he got up to his mom. And Rael and I went into our vehicle, and I drove off. And even in his vehicle, you could still, because I'm looking, you could still see him. And the next day, the principal called me, basically asking me if I spoke to that child. And I said yes. And I asked him some questions or whatever. And she's like, well, parents are not supposed to interact with the children in the school. And last year, mind you, I had to call the police on that black child, that was constantly bullying my son, along with this same child, the white child, because they're friends. So now that his partner is no longer in the same class, he's taken over the role. I've since, even before that, I put Rael in Muay Thai because I'm teaching my child to defend himself. Because I've told my children, I'm not always going to be there to protect you, but I have to equip you with the tools to protect yourself. God first, but you're defending yourself as long as you're not using it to go and attack someone. And this is what I've been going through, guys. So I haven't had much incentive. I haven't had much inspiration and dedication to put out content sometimes, you know. Like, that's how the devil works, the enemy works. And that's why I always bring up witchcraft and spiritual warfare, because taking away the supportive person, a mother and a father who's supposed to be working together to help the children grow, is a part of the enemy's goal in breaking apart the family unit. And I speak about the ex-mother-in-law because her hate for me fought me for so many years, planted things in my baby father's mind, put so many people against me. There were so many people in the relationship, along with his narcissism, going out there cheating, finding excuses for him to be out there when he's at home, treating me like I'm garbage, making me feel so less of myself, all of that, and the impact of it. And then also passing on to my children curse, spells. It's a generation of torment. These are generational curses that I'm breaking the stigma. Even fighting my son, my second born, you know, having him not wanting to be home, thinking that where she is a safe haven. And you know, destroying my children's future in it all. And I just ask you guys to pray for me. Just continue to pray for me and my family, my children. Pray for my strength. I'll do the same for you. And I will continue to be an open book and share with you guys what we face on a daily basis as parents, as human beings, as children of God, trying to live life the right way and maintaining our sanity for a better humanity. Just a heavy load, but like I said, I know there are others going through worse, and this is just my testimony of not giving up, not faltering, not surrendering, and fighting the good fight for Jesus' sake, all for the glory of God. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching. Continue to support this platform. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified of new uploads and live stream. We are blessed and highly favored.